Mountain Dew, the refreshing soft drink from PepsiCo, has been energizing fans with its unique flavor and fun marketing for many decades. In this video, we invite you to do the Dew and join us on a journey to see how this beverage, loved by so many, is being made inside the factory. Mountain Dew's story starts in 1940 when two Tennessee bottlers, Barney and Allie Hartman, created the original formula. A few years later, in 1958, Bill Bridgeforth made some changes to the recipe. The rights of this updated version were then bought by the Tip Corporation in Marion, Virginia. William H. Bill Jones from Tip refined the formula even more. And by 1961, a new version of Mountain Dew hit the shelves. The big turning point came in August 1964 when Pepsi-Cola bought the Mountain Dew brand and its production rights from Tip. This move helped Mountain Dew spread across the United States and Canada. Today, if you check the ingredients of Mountain Dew in the US, you will see a mix of carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, concentrated orange juice, citric acid, and a few other things like natural flavors and caffeine. In Canada, the beverage is sweetened with glucose fructose, which is just another name for high fructose corn syrup. Until 2012, Canadian Mountain Dew was actually caffeine-free by default. Mountain Dew used to contain brominated vegetable oil, an ingredient banned in Europe and Japan. However, a notable change happened in 2020 when that ingredient has been removed from the recipe. In response to some criticism about high fructose corn syrup, PepsiCo released Mountain Dew Throwback in 2009. This version used sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. It was a hit, and it came back for limited runs a few times, with its last run in 2011. It was a fan favorite, but it is not currently available. Once the essential ingredients are blended, it's time to infuse the mixture with carbon dioxide. This step is where the magic of carbonation happens. Carbon dioxide is pumped into the mix, giving Mountain Dew its characteristic bubbles and fizzy texture. The carbonation process involves mixing the mixture through a series of tanks, where carbon dioxide is added. The beverage is chilled and passed through these tanks under high pressure. This combination of pressure and cool temperature helps the gas dissolve into the liquid, creating that delightful sparkle. After carbonation, the mixture needs to be filtered. This step removes any impurities and ensures that every bottle of Mountain Dew has the same consistent taste and texture. Several filters work together to ensure the drink is clean and free of any unwanted particles. With the drink now carbonated and filtered, it moves on to the pasteurization stage. Pasteurization is a process that heats the drink to a specific temperature for a set period. This step is crucial, as it kills any harmful bacteria or microorganisms that could spoil the drink. One method used for pasteurization is called tunnel pasteurization. Tunnel pasteurization might sound like a complex term, but it is actually a pretty straightforward, albeit fascinating process used in making beverages. Let's break it down into simple steps and see how it works. Tunnel pasteurization is a method of keeping drinks safe and fresh. The name comes from the tunnel system, a conveyor belt that carries the beverages through various stages of heating and cooling. This technique is essential in the beverage industry. First, the drink travels through a long tunnel, where it is gently heated as it moves through different zones. Each zone increases the temperature just a small amount until it reaches the proper level needed to kill off any harmful bacteria. Once the drink hits this peak temperature, it stays at this level for a set amount of time. This step ensures that any harmful bacteria are eliminated. The drink is then gradually cooled down. The conveyor belt takes it through various cooling stages, where the temperature decreases slowly until it returns to room temperature. This slow cooling process is gentle on the drink and helps preserve its taste. The key to tunnel pasteurization is precise control. Each stage of heating and cooling is carefully managed to ensure that every drink is treated equally. Factors like the time spent at high temperatures, usually around 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and the speed of the conveyor belt are all monitored closely. This careful control helps ensure that all drinks coming out of the tunnel are of the same high quality. It's similar to making sure every batch of cookies comes out perfectly, even though you're baking a lot of them at once. Tunnel pasteurization has several other great benefits. The main one is extending the shelf life of beverages. By applying heat carefully, the process gets rid of harmful microorganisms that could spoil the drink, so your beverage stays fresh longer. Interestingly, while the pasteurization process helps remove unwanted organisms, it also helps retain the drink's flavors, so you get a product that lasts longer without losing its taste. You might wonder, what about the carbonation? Won't high temperatures ruin the fizz? The good news is that tunnel pasteurization works well with carbonated beverages. The equipment used during the pasteurization process is designed to handle carbonation carefully. It prevents overcarbonation by eliminating microorganisms that can affect CO2 levels. This means the fizzy bubbles in your soda stay just right. With pasteurization complete, Mountain Dew is ready to be placed in containers. The drink is pumped into cans or bottles, which are then sealed to keep the bubbles in. Proper sealing is important to maintain the drink's freshness and carbonation. After sealing, each bottle or can is labeled with the Mountain Dew logo and branding. The labeled containers are then packed into cases, which are loaded onto pallets for distribution. These cases are sent to distribution centers across the country and beyond. Quality control is a top priority throughout the manufacturing process. Samples of the drink are taken at various stages to ensure it meets Mountain Dew's high standards for flavor and texture. The drink is also tested regularly for purity and safety, ensuring it meets with all regulatory requirements. Mountain Dew's packaging has seen several changes over the years. Initially inspired by Southern slang for moonshine, early Mountain Dew bottles featured a hillbilly cartoon. Over time, the logo and design evolved. PepsiCo acquired the Mountain Dew brand in 1964 and updated the logo in 1969 to appeal to a younger audience. Since then, the logo has been refreshed several times, including a major rebrand to Mountain Dew in 2008. In 2010, Mountain Dew introduced new Sidekick bottles with a glossy design and built-in grip, which became popular in the US. By 2014, these bottles were the primary design used for the drink. Today, Mountain Dew's visual identity includes a refreshed neon green color and dynamic graphics. This new design is now seen on packaging, retail displays, and promotional materials across the US, Europe, Korea, the Middle East, and Pakistan, with other markets expected to follow. Mountain Dew's journey from a simple mixer to a beloved soft drink is a story full of exciting twists and turns. Let's have a quick look at how this iconic beverage came to be and how its name reflects its colorful history. As mentioned earlier, the story begins in the 1940s with Tennessee bottlers Barney and Allie Hartman. Back then, soft drinks were mainly sold regionally, and the Hartmans struggled to find an excellent soda to mix with their whiskey. To solve this problem, they decided to create their own mixer. They named it Mountain Dew, a term from the 19th century that was slang for high-proof whiskey, especially Scotch. By 1948, they trademarked the name for their new soft drink. The Hartman's new drink caught the attention of Charles Gordon. Gordon had been working with William Schwartz to bottle and promote another beverage called Dr. Enough. He met the Hartman brothers on a train, where they offered him a sample of Mountain Dew. Impressed by the flavor, Gordon decided to team up with the Hartmans. Together, they made a deal for the Tri-Cities Beverage Corporation in Johnson City, Tennessee, to bottle Mountain Dew. Then, in 1961, the Tip Corporation of Marion, Virginia, bought the rights to Mountain Dew. They revised the flavor and relaunched it. A few years later, in 1964, PepsiCo purchased the Tip Corporation and took over the Mountain Dew brand. This allowed PepsiCo to expand the distribution of Mountain Dew beyond its original regional market. Despite its modern, neon green bottle, Mountain Dew's name keeps hinting to its past. The term Mountain Dew was slang for homemade whiskey, often produced in the Appalachian Hills. This historical connection to outlaw spirits adds a rebellious edge to the drink, celebrating its origins as a mixer for moonshine. Today, Mountain Dew's brand embodies a spirit of defiance and Southern tradition. The name and the drink continue to celebrate a unique blend of history, and innovation. Not only this, but Mountain Dew is making a mark with its latest campaign, reviving the classic "Do the Do" slogan and introducing a new character called the Mountain Dude. This campaign uses a bit of edgy humor to grab attention, but it's all based on what the brand knows about its fans. The Mountain Dude will pop up in various real-life events and activities throughout this year and into the next. This character helps Mountain Dew stay relevant and connected to its audience, whether through spontaneous events or more carefully planned promotions. So, next time you crack open a bottle of Mountain Dew, remember the journey it took for it to get to you. From the careful mixing of ingredients to the magic of carbonation and the precision of pasteurization. A lot of work goes into making sure your Mountain Dew is always refreshing and satisfying. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.